Hi all, Brad Wright here from the Single Malt Whisky Club, and this month we're going back to Scotland for a 15-year-old Speyside whisky from a distillery dubbed the Beast of Dufftown for its robust and rich flavour profile. I'm talking, of course, about Mortlach, and this month we're featuring the 15-year-old sherry matured Mortlach from our old friends at Gordon and McPhail. Mortlach Distillery was officially founded in 1823 and was the first distillery in Dufftown to be licensed under the Excise Act of the same year. The site had operated as an illicit still prior to this, however, and after a fairly lacklustre beginning, and after changing hands several times, in 1867 it comes under the sole ownership of an industrial engineer, George Cowie. George does huge work in expanding, upgrading and improving the distillery and all its systems. His product is recognised as good quality and the Mortlach reputation begins its ascendancy. On his retirement in 1867, he hands it over to his son Alexander. Now, Alexander is not one to stand in his dad's shadow. In his career, not only does he double the size of the distillery, he builds a railway line to service it. The Strathby line is still in use today. In 1897, Alexander invents the 2.81 distillation process, which Mortlach still uses to this day, and we'll go into in just a second. Nowadays, Mortlach is owned by booze giant Diageo and forms the backbone of the Johnnie Walker range. In one of the most densely populated whisky regions on earth, this distillery can truly claim to be unique. It not only uses its own proprietary 2.81 distillation process, it's the only distillery in Scotland to do so, but it also uses a worm tub condenser. The combination of these two factors are responsible for the muscular robustness of the Mortlach. Put very simply, the 2.81 distillation process uses 6 stills, 3 stills and 3 spirit stills. Some of the spirit is distilled twice, some is distilled 3 times. Along with that, a careful re-adding of some heads and tails into the spirit stills, and this complicated recipe is much better understood by a diagram. The second factor in Mortlach's unique process is the use of a worm tub condenser. This type of condenser uses much less copper in it, and so the interaction between the copper and the heavy sulfur compounds in the new make is much less, resulting in a much meatier spirit. And so, well, what does all this add up to? What does it taste like? Okay, let's have a look. All right, there it is. 15-year-old Mortlach from Gordon McPhail. You can see it's a lighter colour than you might expect for an exclusively sherry matured whisky. It's a lovely bright gold though. Let's have a look. All right, there's that lovely bright gold colour. I'm pretty sure you can see that. On the nose, there's sultanas and stewed fruits and citrus, but a real malty punch to it. And on the palate, has a nice syrupy mouthfeel. Lots of stewed fruit. There's biscuit spices and some vanilla in there as well. The finish is long and warming. With waves of fruit and pepper there. Yum. Oh, that's a nice finish. Anyway, the Mortlach 15-year-old. This month's Malt of the Month for the Single Malt Whisky Club. I hope you enjoy it. It's a bloody cracker. Till next month, Slán Siomh.